Hey, I'm making the hair balm. It's the hair growth formula that helps to thicken the hair, stimulate hair growth, and works amazingly. My oldest son used it, or not my oldest, my 17-year-old used it for a little bit and stopped using it because it actually made his hair grow in too thick. And it was growing really fast. We were having to cut his hair a lot more often than usual. So we figured he probably doesn't need this and we're gonna go ahead and discontinue it. But now my youngest wants to use it, so he likes to kind of get his hair cut like into a fade, and when he does, it's like the really, really short haircut. You can kind of see a little bit of his scalp because it's a little more thin than my other son's is. So we're gonna try and thicken it up for him. So he has requested the hair balm. In this pot right here, this is called the double broiler for those of you who are just getting familiar with how to melt down your ingredients on the stovetop. But basically, I just bought this for $12 off of Amazon. So it's just a stainless steel, it's called a double broiler. You can pour from either side. It has a little spout. I have in here my coconut oil. I actually put in 3/4 of a cup of the organic coconut oil, the kind that you cook with. All right, so as long as it's organic, virgin, you can use that. You can get that at a health food store or even at your local grocery store. Just make sure it just says virgin coconut oil organic on there. And then I also put in a tablespoon of sweet almond oil. You can use grapeseed oil in its place instead, but almond oil is really, it's known for being used in the hair quite a bit. So it's good hair carrier oil there. And I also added in 3 tablespoons of beeswax. So you could either buy the bar of beeswax and grate in 3 tablespoons. I used to do it that way. It's just time consuming. Instead, I started buying the pellets. So just really tiny little pellets. Make sure you can get this on Amazon. Again, make sure it's USDA organic. I'm using white this time, but you can either get the white or the yellow beeswax. It really doesn't matter. So that's what I'm using. So we did, again, 3 tablespoons of beeswax, 3/4 cups of the coconut oil, and the 1 tablespoon of almond oil. So I just have it on the stove melting down. We're getting there. I also have 2 mason jars here. This recipe yields, I think, 4 ounces. So 1 mason jar is all I really need because I got a 4-ounce jar. If you wanted to use something smaller, like a 2-ounce tin, you can order those tins, and because a little bit of this goes a really long way. When you start using this, you're not gonna really need that much. So you can use a little 2-ounce tins and have 1 for each bathroom, or, you know, different people, family members to have and use. But since he's the only one that's really gonna be using this time around, I'm just gonna put it all in 1 container. Every now and then I like to, you know, kind of do a little hair mask or hair treatment. I'll just pop in there and grab some and massage some right onto my scalp, probably about an hour or 2 before I shower and wash my hair. Let that get in there and sit in. You could even do it at night, you know, before you go to bed. Just put it on your head, and you can put like a t-shirt or a rag or something around your head to kind of keep it from getting on your pillow, and then wash it off in the morning. So it's really up to you when you put it on and for how long. My older son, when he was using it, he would just, you know, take a shower in the morning and actually apply it after getting out of the shower as like a hair balm to kind of style his hair. And it really softened his hair quite a bit. So it's funny because the girls are asking to touch his hair because it didn't look like he had any product in it, and when they touched it, it just felt extremely, extremely soft. So he kind of got a kick out of that one. I didn't so much, but that's kind of what this does. It'll stimulate hair growth, it'll thicken it, and it'll also soften the hair if you're using it as a hair balm. So a couple different ways you can use it. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. I didn't melt this all the way down before I started the video, which I probably should have melted it completely down. But once all of this, you just kind of stir as you go and kind of help the beeswax to kind of break up a little bit. Once that is nice and melted down, then we're gonna go ahead and add that right into your jar and stir in the essential oils. So the essential oils are lavender, cedarwood, and rosemary. And the reason we chose that is because they actually stimulate hair growth. This is actually the part of it that's going to help with the stimulating and the hair growth. But it's very cleansing to the scalp as well. Sometimes we get little patches on our scalp, or we lose hair, or we have areas that it's not growing as well, and that's because dryness maybe, or clogged hair follicles that kind of just went to sleep. So we're going to stimulate these areas, bring blood flow to the scalp with the massage as we're putting it on, but also, again, lavender stimulates. The rosemary is also really good for memory, memory recall, things like that. So you're actually getting a lot of brain support when using these oils. The cedarwood helps to oxygenate blood cells and things like that. So it's doing a lot more than just helping your hair thicken and grow fast. You're getting a lot of other benefits because, again, these are essential oils, and I'm only using doTERRA because doTERRA is certified pure therapeutic grade. They're the highest quality oils. There isn't any other oil that I would actually use. They are above organic, so you know that there aren't any fillers or anything like that. I love it, and it's my #1 pick because of the therapeutic benefits and all of the studies that have been done specifically on these on this brand. So it is my #1. So we're stimulating hair growth, but again, oxygenation as well. So there's a lot of therapeutic benefits that also contribute into a healthy scalp and increasing the blood flow, and then of course waking things up a little bit. So it feels also good, smooth, tingly. There's like a little bit of a tingly feeling. But we've had lots and lots of what do you call that? Testimonials. We've had tons of people that have actually used this and came back after a couple of months of using it to say that their hair is really thickening and growing in. So alopecia or anything like that, anybody who's struggling will find the benefit of this. So this is nice and melted. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour that right in. As you can see, that's very liquefied. It looks beautiful. And I'm just going to give that a second to kind of start to cool down and set just a little bit. And the reason I'm doing that is because the essential oils tend to evaporate when coming into contact with heat. So I don't really want to evaporate off the essential oils, so I'm going to let this cool a little bit. And as the beeswax starts to thicken in this solution, it'll grab hold and mix well with the essential oils rather than the separation because it's liquefied. So I'm just going to give that just a second. And I thought that I had my glass stirs, but if you have a glass stir, that would actually be perfect for stirring in your essential oils. I can't locate mine, so I'm just going to stir them in with the back of this spoon, so that'll work too. So here's the ratio. So you're going to take 2 drops of rosemary, 1 drop of lavender, and 2 drops of cedarwood, okay? So 2 of rosemary, 1 of lavender, 2 of cedarwood. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If you accidentally get an extra one in there, that's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. It'll probably just amp it up just a little more, but it's not a big deal. Some of the oils come out slower than others, so there's always that possibility. that will happen. Some of them just take forever to come out. Give that a good stir. And that is it. That's all you have to do. So now you just let that cool down and you're good to go. Smells amazing. It's like making a candle. So there you have it, hair balm. Let me know if you've tried this. Please, I love to hear testimonials. Shoot me an inbox, email or something. I'd love to hear what you thought of it. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.